Have you ever looked at someone and honestly wondered, do I love this person? Or am I just afraid of losing them? That's one of the hardest questions anyone can ask themselves. Because sometimes, what we call love is actually fear. Sometimes what we call commitment is actually dependency. And sometimes, the person we're crying over isn't someone we truly love. They're just someone we've become emotionally attached to. The scary part? Attachment can wear love's clothes so well that it takes months, sometimes years, to realize they were never the same thing. Today, I want us to have one of those honest conversations. Not the kind where I tell you what you want to hear, but the kind that might hurt a little, because healing usually begins with truth. So, grab your tea, take a deep breath, and let's talk. Because by the end of this video, I want you to know exactly what you're really feeling. I used to think that if I couldn't stop thinking about someone, it meant I loved them. If I checked my phone every 5 minutes hoping they'd text, that must be love. If losing them made my chest feel heavy, surely that had to be love. But one day, I came across something that completely changed how I saw relationships. Love says, I want what's best for you. Attachment says, I need you for me. That sentence stayed with me, 'cause I realized those are two completely different hearts speaking. One gives, the other clings. One is secure, the other is terrified. Psychologists often describe attachment as our emotional dependence on someone for safety, identity, or validation. In simple words, attachment says, without you, I don't know who I am. Love says, even if life changes, I still want God's best for both of us. Can you see the difference? One comes from fullness, the other comes from emptiness. And honestly, many of us confuse the two because somewhere along the way, we learned that love had to hurt. Maybe your parents fought every day. Maybe affection was inconsistent. Maybe people only stayed when you were useful. Maybe you've spent your whole life chasing people who kept running away. So now, your heart mistakes anxiety for chemistry, silence for mystery, emotional unavailability for attraction, because that's what became familiar. Not healthy, just familiar. There's a quote that says, people don't always seek what is good for them. They often seek what feels familiar. Think about that. Sometimes we're not attracted to peace. We're attracted to patterns. Patterns we've survived before. The Bible gives us a beautiful picture of what genuine love actually looks like. In 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4-7, we're told that love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It keeps no record of wrongs. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Notice something interesting? That passage never says, love controls, love manipulates, love keeps score. Love demands constant proof, because real love isn't built on possession. It's built on sacrifice. Can I share something personal with you? There was a season in my life when I thought missing someone every single day meant they were the one. I replayed old conversations. I checked their social media more times than I'd like to admit. Whenever my phone buzzed, my heart secretly hoped it was them. I told myself, this must be love. But if I'm being honest, it wasn't bringing me peace. It wasn't making me a better person. It was making me anxious. I depended on their attention to feel okay. If they replied quickly, I was happy. If they disappeared, my whole mood collapsed. One day I sat quietly and asked myself, if this person never came back, would I still believe my life has purpose? That question exposed something. I hadn't built my identity around God. I'd built it around someone's presence. And that's when I realized I wasn't fighting to protect love. I was fighting to protect my attachment. Maybe you've been there too. Please know you're not alone. So many of us have walked through that place. The good news is that recognizing it is the first step toward freedom. Here's another difference. Love brings freedom. Attachment brings fear. Love says, I trust you. Attachment says, where are you? Who are you with? Why haven't you replied? Love respects boundaries. Attachment panics because boundaries feel like rejection. Love celebrates growth. Attachment becomes threatened by growth, because attachment secretly fears being left behind. Have you noticed, when someone you're attached to starts changing, getting healthier, finding purpose, making new friends, you suddenly feel insecure? Not because they've done anything wrong, but because your identity has quietly become wrapped up in them. That's attachment talking. Love would cheer them on. Love would say, "I'm proud of you." Attachment whispers, "Please don't outgrow me." One of the most powerful verses I've ever read about this is 2 Timothy 1 verse 7. It says, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Did you notice that? God connects love with a sound mind, not panic, not obsession, not emotional chaos. A sound mind. If your relationship constantly leaves you living in fear, fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough, fear of being replaced, it may be worth asking yourself, is this really love? Or is this attachment asking someone else to heal wounds only God can heal? Because no human being, no matter how wonderful, can carry the weight of being your entire source of identity. That responsibility belongs to God alone. Sometimes we don't miss the person. We miss the feeling they gave us, the attention, the validation, the routine, the idea of not being alone. And there's a huge difference. Because if you remove the feelings, would you still choose them? Or are you only holding on because letting go feels terrifying? That's a question only you can answer. And it's okay if the answer surprises you. Healing often begins with uncomfortable honesty. The truth is, love and attachment can look almost identical from the outside. Both can make you cry. Both can make you smile. Both can keep you awake at night. But underneath, their roots are completely different. One grows from security, the other grows from fear. And whatever grows from fear will eventually exhaust you. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat alone, without your phone, without music, without distractions, and honestly asked yourself, why am I holding on? Not, why do I love them? But, why can't I let go? Because those are two completely different questions. Sometimes we think we're holding on because our love is so deep. But if we're honest, sometimes we're holding on because we don't know who we'd be without them. And that is where attachment quietly takes over. One of the clearest signs of attachment is that your happiness rises and falls based on someone else's behavior. If they text you, you're smiling all day. If they leave you on read, your whole day feels ruined. If they compliment you, you suddenly feel attractive. If they criticize you, you begin questioning your worth. Can I lovingly tell you something? That's an exhausting way to live. No human being should have that much control over your peace. Because people change. People get busy. People disappoint us. But your value should never fluctuate based on someone else's opinion. Jesus once said something incredibly powerful in John 8 verse 32. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Sometimes the truth that sets us free isn't about another person. It's about ourselves. Maybe the truth is, you've been afraid of being alone. Maybe you've convinced yourself that being chosen by someone means you're valuable. Maybe you've accepted less than you deserve, because loneliness felt scarier than settling. And if that's you, I just want you to know, you're not weak. You're human. We've all searched for love in places where we should have been searching for healing. You know something I've noticed? Attachment asks, who will love me? Love asks, how can I love well? Attachment is always looking inward. Love looks outward. Attachment constantly asks, am I enough? Love quietly says, how can I bring peace into someone else's life? That's why attachment is often so draining, because it's built around getting. Love is built around giving. Before someone misunderstands me, I'm not saying healthy relationships don't involve receiving love. Of course they do. But healthy love doesn't constantly demand proof. Healthy love isn't fueled by insecurity. Healthy love doesn't require someone to lose themselves just to keep another person. There's a wise saying that goes, never water yourself down just because someone can't handle your growth. Read that again. Because attachment often asks us to shrink, to become quieter, smaller, less ambitious, less joyful, just so someone else won't leave. But genuine love celebrates your becoming. If someone truly loves you, they don't fear your growth. They pray for it. They encourage it. They clap the loudest when you succeed. Because your light doesn't threaten them. It inspires them. Let's talk about something we don't hear enough. Sometimes, the hardest person to let go of isn't the one who treated you the worst. It's the one who gave you just enough hope to keep waiting. One apology, another disappointment, one promise, another broken commitment. That's what psychologists call intermittent reinforcement. When affection comes randomly, our brains become even more attached. It's the same principle that makes gambling addictive. You keep hoping, maybe next time it'll be different. That's why some of the most painful relationships are also the hardest to leave. Not because they were full of love, but because they kept feeding hope without offering consistency. And can I tell you something? God is not the author of confusion. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 14 verse 33, "For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace." If a relationship constantly leaves you confused, guessing, walking on eggshells, questioning where you stand, that confusion is not the kind of love God desires for His children. Because real love doesn't leave you emotionally starving. Maybe someone watching this has been praying, "God, why can't I move on?" Can I answer that gently? Sometimes, God isn't asking you to stop loving. He's asking you to stop idolizing. Because there's a difference. Anything we believe we cannot live without can quietly become an idol, even another human being. God loves us too much to let anyone take His place in our hearts. Not because He's trying to take something away from us, but because He knows no person can carry the weight of being our everything. Only He can. That's why I love what Psalm 147 verse 3 says. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Notice what it doesn't say. It doesn't say, "Another relationship will heal you." It says, God heals. Not time alone. Not distractions. Not revenge. Not pretending you're okay. Healing begins when you allow God into the places you've been hiding from everyone else. Can I encourage you today? Stop begging people to stay where God has already allowed them to leave. I know, that's easier said than done, because letting go hurts. It hurts to release the future you imagined. It hurts to release the conversations you'll never have. It hurts to release the version of someone you hoped they would become. But healing often begins where fantasy ends. Sometimes we're grieving potential, not reality. We're mourning who they could have been, instead of accepting who they repeatedly showed us they were. That's one of the hardest truths to accept, but it's also one of the most freeing. Here's something I hope you never forget. Healthy love doesn't ask you to abandon yourself. It doesn't isolate you from family. It doesn't make you constantly anxious. It doesn't require you to earn affection. Healthy love feels safe. Not perfect. Not without disagreements. But safe. Safe enough to be honest. Safe enough to grow. Safe enough to be yourself. And that's the kind of love God models for us every single day. Before we end, I want you to do something with me. Wherever you are, ask yourself these 3 questions. Am I staying because I'm deeply loved, or because I'm deeply afraid? Do I feel free in this relationship, or do I constantly feel anxious? If this relationship ended tomorrow, would I lose a person, or would I lose my identity? Be honest. Your answers may reveal more than you expected. And if you've realized today that what you've been calling love has really been attachment, please don't feel ashamed. You're learning. You're growing. And growth begins with awareness. God isn't disappointed in you. He's inviting you into something healthier, something deeper, a love that doesn't imprison your heart, but sets it free. Remember this. Attachment says, I need you to complete me. Love says, I choose you, but my identity belongs to God. One is rooted in fear. The other is rooted in freedom. Choose the one that brings peace. Choose the one that reflects Christ. Choose the one that allows both people to become everything God created them to be. Because you deserve a love that doesn't make you lose yourself, but helps you become the person God always intended you to be. If this conversation spoke to your heart today, I want you to leave one word in the comments. Just one word. Freedom. Not because you've already arrived, but because today you're choosing it. And if you know someone who's struggling to let go, or someone who's confusing attachment with love, share this video with them. You never know. This conversation might be exactly what they needed to hear. If you're new to Selah Chronicles, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Every week we have honest conversations about life, faith, healing, psychology, and becoming the person God created you to be. Until next time, guard your heart, protect your peace, trust God's timing, and remember, you were never created to lose yourself chasing love. You were created to experience the perfect love that first found you. God bless you.